Hello, welcome back. Sorry I've been kind of MIA. I had to deal with family stuff and just regular everyday stuff with the kids. But I'm back now with a new video, but I guess I didn't think it was going to be 3 videos to review an e-bike, but this is the last one, I think, for the Freego M1 Pro. I think I said in the last one, I finally got the bike started because I had bought a battery off of eBay that was compatible, and it did start working. So right now, I'll kind of showcase kind of how the bike rides. And I also started to do the upgrade. That I wanted to do with the bike. I had specific things in mind to kind of turn it into more of a mini Moto look, kind of like a baby version of my big bike. There's a couple of things that I wanted to change from it. One thing that I didn't like on the original bike was its headlight. Its headlight was a good, it was bright light, but the casing around it was plastic and seemed like it would just break if I dropped it. It was also, there was a little bracket, like one screw bracket that hooked into the fender, the front fender, and that was what the light was on. And whenever you're riding, the light would just kind of bounce up and down like this. It's very annoying. So when I was doing the upgrades, I decided to put it in a 7-inch metal headlight, like motorcycle headlight housing. The light was a little smaller than the housing, so I just got some foam and glued it inside so that it would sit nicely flush inside of it. Some of the other major changes I did were I changed the handlebars out. The handlebars before were kind of more of like a BMX style. I wanted to put on some motorcycle Z-bars because I thought that it would kind of fit the style that I was going for, and also be a little more comfortable. I mean, the other ones were kind of comfortable too, but I think these were a better choice. Let's see, besides that, what were some of the other things were just like cosmetic stuff, like adding they added a thrashing supply front bag. It was for on the motorcycle, it's for the fork, but I thought that would be a perfect bag to fit underneath the headlight. On the sides, the bike's, it's small, so you can't really put saddlebags on it, and you can't really put a rear rack on the back of it. So I found some fork racks that were for bicycles, those small tiny things, and I decided to put them on the only space that I had in between where the foot pads were and the rear wheel were. Wasn't really a good mounting point for any of them, but I just zip tied them to the bike's base, and it's pretty sturdy right now. So I have those on the sides and 2 little kind of small pocket bags that I could put like a bottle in, or I could put some small items in. The other thing that what was the other things that I did on it, phone mount to fit my phone. I used like a rock form backing. I had it from my motorcycle too, so decided to put it on the e-bike as well. What else did I do? I had Oh yeah, I put a little motorcycle fairing on there just to give it that kind of aesthetic, look. Changed the grips to be better. The grips that they had on there were not the best. I wanted something that was a little more stylish and a little more comfortable. Lastly, the last thing that I did to it was I wanted to have some kind of sissy bar in the back. It wasn't, like I said, there wasn't any good mounting points to do any kind of motorcycle sissy bars or anything like that I found that I could actually do because everything was so compact. I did find I got a 42-inch banana bike sissy bar that installed perfectly onto the bike, and I also had a Bluetooth speaker that fit exactly into the space that I needed it to be, and I just kind of screwed that into it, made like a little housing, but I didn't fabricate it or anything. I just kind of used 2 L brackets that fit it perfectly, and put that kind of hidden. It just kind of looks like a little backrest, but it's not. It's just a speaker onto the sissy bar. And it came out great. Other upgrades that I did, I wanted to use this bike as just kind of a bop around, around town, chill ride. And, I also have 2 kids, and I wanted to have something to take them to the park. We live right down to a bunch of different parks, and so I bought it's for bicycles. It's a carrier for kids, and since the bike is so low to the ground, the little input area for the bracket for the carrier fit perfectly on this bike, and it works great with the kids. The kids love it. They love riding around in the back, and it's far easier than having a bicycle towing them around, because this one is a little more I guess how to say it's just easier to use. In addition to the little kid carrier one, I also got like also for bicycles, retrospect, just like cargo carrier, just small little cargo carrier that I could hook up to it. And I've gone to grocery stores and Target and Trader Joe's and just thrift stores and stuff like that, and used it to carry stuff home that I couldn't carry it around. And the bike has been really nice to have. Instead of going out on my big bike or using my car, I can use this to drive around in, and it's perfect. It's doing exactly what I bought the bike for. Let's see. Secondly, I did find online how to unlock the bike. Because when you buy it stocked, how they marketed the bike was for, I guess, teenagers and adults. But, they had only 2 modes on it, which was the kids mode and then the adults mode. And the kids mode, I think, went top speed was like 15 miles an hour. And I think the adult mode, it said maybe, how was it, like 20 or 25 miles an hour, one of those things. But I found the code to get into the display and basically turn off those options and bump it up to the highest spec that the battery and motor can do. So now whenever I turn on the bike, I don't have to manually get out of the kids mode, because that's what it does when you start, it automatically starts in the kids mode, and you have to press 2 buttons at the same time to unlock it to get into the adult mode. But now that I went into the display and found the options to turn that off and to boost everything to the max. It's a pretty zippy little thing. You know, I think just on myself, riding, you know, I got up to maybe 35 miles an hour, maybe 37. You know, if there's not like a little incline. When I have any of the cargo stuff on the back, if I have the kids cargo or the regular retrospect cargo one, you know, you can get about 30 miles an hour top speed with that weight in the back. And for how small it is and how low wheelbase it is, it's very nimble. It's a very nimble little thing, and that's what I like about it, because you can get around places that a full-size e-bike can't really do. And I think personally it just looks cooler than some of those e-bikes that kind of look like, I don't know, where they're like really small based on the bottom, and then they have a long handlebar grip, and you kind of look like a circus performer, like one of those type of bikes. I don't know how to really describe it, but it's just like, it looks like you're riding like a little circus bike. This one, the way it's styled and how it looks, it kind of reminds me of I don't know, like a mix between a BMX bike and then like a 1970s banana cruiser. That's what it reminds me of. So I did a couple of test rides, and you know, we'll just go from there. And as a pure review of the bike, you know, even though I had so much difficult, you know, so just, how would I say this? I didn't think that I would have so much difficulty buying the bike or afterward buying the bike and dealing with like the issues of things not working, dealing with the company, and just like trying to second guess things, thinking like, oh my God, did I just waste all this money on this bike that's just not going to work? And did I get screwed, you know, out of my first like e-bike purchase? But once I got everything working and everything charged up and unlocked everything and did all the customization on it that I wanted to, the vision that I had when I first saw this bike actually came alive, and I'm excited about it. You know, I have about close to 300 miles on it right now, and no issues with it so far. It's been riding great. It's, you know, a fun little bike. My only like complaints about it are, I don't know, the things I kind of knew when I first were going to buy it, that, you know, the brakes are not going to be exceptional. They're going to be passable, I would say. You know, they slow the bike down, you know. They may not be like Brembo style, oh my gosh, like stop on a dime like some of these other bigger e-bikes can do. They're cheap, kind of affordable brakes that you would see on kind of a Chinese-made e-bike. And, you know, once you kind of get the feel of how those brakes work, you kind of know when you have to brake and when, how far in advance that you need to do it just to slow down the bike. The second issue that I didn't like, but have kind of just learned to adapt to, is that, you know, there's no rear shocks on this bike. It's just all frame in the back. So whenever there is a speed bump or a dip in the road or anything like that, I constantly have to slow down before I hit it, especially when I have the kids or any kind of cargo attachment to the back of it. You know, it's going to bounce up and down, and, you know, that's Doesn't feel good. I mean, it feels like a hard frame. But like I said, I kind of knew that going into it, the possibility like, well, there's no rear shocks on the back of it, so it could be a little rough of a ride. But I mean, to get the style of bike and what I wanted to do with it, I kind of knew it when I was knew that the possibility is that this thing was going to be a more rough ride. But I'm not going off-roading on it. I'm not doing anything wild with it. It's mainly, a flat street cruiser. If I see speed bumps or dip in the road or anything like that, if I see in advance, I plan to just, brake before I hit it, and that's that. But like I said, I bought it to be kind of a chill neighborhood street cruiser, and just something that was small enough to put in the back of my SUV and take it around. And just, I don't know, sometimes you definitely don't want to drive the car around for like little errands, and sometimes you don't want to take the bigger motorcycle out to just go up to the street to get some groceries or a quick lunch or something like that. You want something that's easy to get on and get off and move through the streets and sidewalks. So overall, for the review of this bike, even though there was so much trouble and issues just trying to get the thing to work and trying to get parts that I needed and trying to get the company to do it in a timely manner and trying to understand what my frustrations were. Once everything was working, once all of the modifications were completed, once I figured out how to unlock everything and open up the bike to its full potential, I think that this is a great bike to work on, to treat it like a canvas. I think this is a hidden gem for the e-bike world or the mini moto world, of something that you take its frame and the size and make it your own, make it into whatever type of bike that you would like, and opening it up and unlocking kind of the full power potential of it is also great. I'm wondering down the line, like if I could make the motor faster, if I added another battery somehow, even though I'm trying to look at like, where could I hook another battery into this thing? There's not a lot of space to do that, but like I said, I'm new to all this. Maybe I'll do some research and figure out how to upgrade an e-bike to make it a little faster. If I can get up to maybe 10 more miles on it, like 45 miles on it, this thing would be like a nice little beast to drive around in. But to sum everything all up, once everything's working and I got all the upgrades I wanted to do, I would definitely say that this is a bike to take notice. Haven't really seen anything else like it out in the street. I've only seen maybe one other review on YouTube about this bike, so I don't see it's not like a Super 73 or a popular e-bike series like that. It's just kind of hidden somehow. But like I said, it's a fun little bike. I would definitely recommend it. It's for the Pro model. It's around $10.99, and for the regular base model, I think it's like $900 or so. I would definitely go for the Pro model on it. But yeah, I would give it, once everything, now that it's working, now that I got to drive it around and I have almost 300 miles on it, it's exactly what I wanted to have when looking for e-bikes and looking for a specific size and style and stuff like that. It's exactly what I wanted to do. So I know in the previous videos it might sound like I was crapping on this bike and it was like, oh, what a mistake, oh, da, da, da. It's only a mistake of just dealing with customer service and just dealing with all that nonsense. You know, the bike on its own, you know, it works, you know, it does what it needs to do. No issues with the tires, no issues with the battery, no issues with the motor, nothing like that. I haven't done anything. Like I said, I got about 300 miles on it. So in the long run, I think this is something to look at if you want something very similar in sizing or style-wise, or something that you can customize on yourself. This is a great project e-bike. So yeah, I will definitely do some future videos of just me cruising around and, you know, taking the bike out, in addition to the bigger motorcycle, and plan on doing some more videos of that. Let me know in the comments or anything if what you would like to see. Like I said, I'm still very new at doing all this stuff, and you know, I love to get opinions and critiques and like what you would like to see or what I'm doing wrong or anything like that. I'm open to everything. All right, until next time. Bye.